The saddest part about this whole Diddy trial is that they don't want y'all to know the real story. They want y'all to believe it was as innocent as Diddy and Cassie hiring a male escort. And that's all the freak off really is. Or that's all it really was. Now people under the impression of it wasn't that bad. They need to let him go. I don't see where the crime is in all of this. But did y'all know there was a young lady by the name of Allie Porter and she missing right now and don't nobody know where she at? Not only did she make outlandish claims about Diddy, she also predicted plenty of things that would take place not only in California, but in Hollywood. And we've witnessed those things come to pass. Everybody's wondering, where's Allie Carter? Where is she? What's she doing lately? Have anybody seen her? People concerned about her safety. But this is the scariest part about the whole Diddy trial. There's a lot of people that went missing and we don't know where they are. Allie Carter is one of them, but all of the other people that made allegations, the thousands of victims that Tony Busby had at his disposal, they are nowhere to be found. They're not showing up to court. Nobody's telling their story. They're trying to take the spooky out of Hollywood. They're not talking about the underground tunnels. They're not talking about the wild celebrity sex parties. They're talking about Diddy, Cassie, domestic abuse, and male escorts. So people can get it out of their heads that there's another life that these people are living. They want people to get it out of their heads that there's not multiple celebrities involved in criminal activities when it comes to having parties with people that shouldn't be at those parties, people that's at those parties against their wills. Allie Carter is gone, along with a bunch of other victims as well. A lot of things are being swept under the rug. Now it's starting to make sense why Cassie got paid so much money so she could play along in the cover up. Her being a solitary victim is worth $20-30 million. People are willing to throw money at Cassie to make it seem like she's the only victim. That way, they can erase Epstein Island. That way, Jaguar Wright can be silenced. And everybody else that made claims and allegations about sick, weirdo celebrities can look like fools and people can move on with their lives and say, oh, it really wasn't that bad after all. I want y'all to hear something. It's a little bit disturbing. And then we're going to get into the Diddy trial and I'm going to show y'all where the cover up really is. And before I get started, I want y'all to say a prayer for Allie Carter. Make sure y'all hit them like buttons, subscribe to the channel as well, because don't nobody know where she is. But I promise you, by the end of this video, we're going to get a clue of where she might be. So everybody bow your head and hit them like buttons and subscribe to the channel. Amen. Now let's get into the video. Y'all ready for this? Because I've been ready. I had this thing set up for a long time. Now, I need y'all to be respectful. Don't be talking about Allie Carter like she wanted Beyonce's kids. And don't be talking about Beyonce's kids, period. Because ain't nothing wrong with them. Y'all make it seem like Beyonce, Christian Rock, or something like that. Y'all gonna see what I'm talking about in a little while. Without further ado, let's get into this, man. The phone line's open if you want to participate in the video. But if not, just sit back and enjoy the show.
Diddy parties. Those are assault parties. And I was one of the kids that was one of the party favors. And a party favors means that you're set on top of a table and you're used as a toy for anybody who comes across the table or who wants to party at a certain time of night when the music stops and then the DJ starts flashing all these lights and they close the doors. And then everybody turns into like a frenzy and starts going into a crazed animal-like demonic state, and you have no idea what's going on. And yes, there was a time where I was just like completely don't give a shit because it happened, and I was the type of kid that thought that, you know, you're in the presence of royalty and they make it seem like you're in the presence of Hollywood, so you should be.
Now listen to what she said. She said the DJ stopped playing the music and them celebrities get to growling and they start speaking in their true language, and they looking for them kids like Malach, the damn Van Gogh painting. They start freaking turning into demons, according to Ali Carter. That's what they start doing with children present. I don't like speaking about kids or other people's kids, but she letting it be known that there's a dark side to Hollywood. And if they expose these things to the public, Diddy wouldn't be the only one in trouble. If they had hardcore evidence and pictures and videos of Diddy in the act, he would have had to be in the act with other people. So the safest route is to make it all about him and Cassie, because if they play some video footage, that would expose celebrities that got deep pockets, and they don't want that. They want to feel secured about that. Cassie is their champion in all of this. And mind you, now that the world is getting a glimpse into the real, the quote unquote real of what really happened, everybody's safe. Now they can change the narrative about Epstein Island. They could build playgrounds over there and say, hey, it wasn't that bad. Those was rumors, conspiracies. Actually, them kids was on playgrounds. They got trampolines and cotton candy machines and things. And people would believe it because we already been hoodwinked with this Diddy's trial. And I ain't trying to be a whistleblower. I don't even know how to whistle. I'm just trying to let y'all know what's going on. Listen to this.
And I was the type of kid that thought that, you're in the presence of royalty and they make it seem like you're in the presence of Hollywood. So you should be honored and you should be appreciating that you're there. And I was that person. I totally acted like that. I was like, oh, it's fine. It really doesn't matter. But then it really did matter when my pimp was like, he had rules. He had lots of rules, and it was more money. And if you know the difference between a pimp, a John, and a trafficker, the trafficker is the supplier, but the pimp is collecting the money and the John is doing the buying. So if the pimp is saying that full house, actual, full-blown sex is, by the way, kids, don't watch this. Goodbye. I love you. Goodbye. If you found my stuff, get off right now. This is the moment where I'm telling you I'm angry. I forgot to put that reminder in the beginning. Okay, cool. Goodbye. What was I saying?
Somebody said, but why would she lie? She talking too fast to be lying. That's first of all. She got that shit down like the back of her hand. She know what's going on. In order to make up something like this, she had to write a hell of a script to play along, and for what? It ain't like she getting paid for it. She put that shit down flat. She said the pimp, the supplier, the John is the John, and the dealer, the dealer. The dealer buy from the John, and the pimp slap the hoes, and the hoes get the freaking. For her to run it down like that, she gots to know what's going on.
Full house sex. Thank you. if the pimp paid for, if there's rules to full house sex and there's rules to anal and there's rules to all kind of different jobs. Okay, so at a certain point, I was not brought or traded for anal sex, but that didn't matter to a few celebrities that were there. It's not just celebrities. There's a lot of different people. They called it an all-black party, but it was mainly because a lot of the party favors were black kids. I was in the care of Riverside County Child Protective Services at the time. I was 15, barely 16. 15, 16. 15, 16. It's foggy. A lot happened that night, and I went really numb. And if there's videos or if there's anything that could go from that, then pull them. Because we all know that there's so many cameras around. So I can try to post the affidavits and I can put out what happened.
So why y'all don't think they invited people like her to testify in the Diddy trial? How come y'all think they didn't invite people like Jaguar Wright to come up there and give their testimony? People that have been speaking out for years against him. People that claim to have been in his presence and been to his parties and had these elaborate stories of how it go down in the Hollywood underworld. Why wouldn't they want these people to put it all on the table? We're talking about Diddy getting life in jail. If these type of allegations won't do it, then I don't know what will. The stuff they got up there in court right now, that's not gonna cut it. So are they playing with us? Are they joking with us? Do they think that the public don't deserve to know the truth? Because you got people like Allie Carter out here, and we don't know where she is. I say she out here like I know she might not even be out there. They could have silenced her, put her to sleep so nobody will ever hear her testimony again. And if she hasn't gone missing and if she was still doing blogs and she was still talking that talk, then y'all could be saying all of that mean, disrespectful stuff y'all saying about her. Y'all could be saying that she wanted Diddy's kids that Diddy didn't want and all of this stuff, but she is a female and she is a victim. And whenever you put them two together, your best bet is to believe what she's talking about. If you're willing to believe Cassie is a victim, how come people not willing to believe that Allie Carter is a victim as well? And besides, we know where Cassie at. She probably at the mall somewhere. She probably online shopping with all that money. Allie Carter might be in the alley by the Carters. That's something for y'all to think about, man. Because this is top serious business. This ain't nothing for kids. Even though Allie Carter said that when she was a child, she was trafficked into them Hollywood streets. But right now, tonight, she finally about to get some justice because I ain't letting it rest. People ain't talking about Kim Porter. Kim Porter gone. And she was black. People ain't talking about Allie Carter. Allie Carter gone. And she was black. People ain't talking about Chili from TLC. People ain't talking about Sisters of Color. People ain't talking about SWV. And it's starting to make me wonder that people really ain't got no love for the sisters like that. But I'm going to figure out tonight with my right hand on a fake Bible what the hell is going on with Allie Carter and where she at. Because this news that I'm seeing, these testimonies, these witnesses, they all look like they not a part of the culture. They making victims out of people that don't look like me. It's a whole bunch of male and female Cassies going up there to the trial. You got a bunch of Angie Martinez's, Angela Yee's talking about their victims. Wendy Williams talking about making a comeback. She tired of sitting in that chair. Her ass can't get no flatter. And she about to expose Diddy. And when Wendy Williams tell it, the world gonna have to listen. Because anybody with breasts like that gotta be connected to Mother Earth. And I'm waiting for her to tell her testimony because this ain't cutting it for me. Ain't got Allie Carter nowhere in the transcript. That's how I know it's fake and phony. But tonight, if y'all stay tuned and watch that video for the whole entire video, I got a surprise for y'all. And I don't think y'all ready. Let's get back into what the lovely Allie Carter is talking about.
But at the same time, what am I supposed to do? And I went really numb. And if there's videos or if there's anything that could go from that, then pull them. Because we all know that there's so many cameras around. So I can try to post the affidavits and I can put out what happened. But at the same time, what am I supposed to do when nobody's really asking about the kids that are present in these parties now and were then, because they're really just going after all the celebrities and the adults, which I'm happy that we're finally here. And I'm grateful that we're finally pulling the names that need to be pulled and the big fishes that need to be pulled. But at the same time, nobody's asking about the kids and who else is really there. And no, it's just not about all these dudes having sex. They need people to fluff them, which are hand jobs and blow jobs. And those are the kids and the people on the party favors desk. And then on top of that, there's this big ass wheel and they make it like a carnival thing and they literally strap you to a wheel and spin it. And then after a certain time, there's sex with animals. And then after a certain time, you have no idea what's happening because you're numb.
Y'all saying she don't know what she talking about and Allie Carter broke and she wear the same panties and all this nonsense. But what about when that NFL player went out there and said the same thing and he got money in the bank? He well connected with people in the entertainment business. He said the same thing about Jay-Z and Diddy and all them other people. If you don't believe me, hear it for yourself, man. Y'all can hear it for, look, I'll play it for y'all, man.
When Jay was going after B was a very young woman. Now, I did a Rockaware photo shoot in Colorado, and I think it was during the winter time of '06 or '07. And Naomi Campbell was there, actress Jamie King was there, Jay was there, B was there, and he rented this house. And we were supposed to do this rap party for this photo shoot. We rented this house, and we were watching LeBron play. And after the game, it had to be like 10 or 11 o'clock. So we getting ready to party. Mind you, it's all adults. There was a 13-year-old or a 14-year-old teenage Latin girl that was there. And I think she had to leave because she had school and she had to do homework. But she brought her mother with her. So it was no funny business going on, which I could respect that. So when 11 o'clock hit, we turned on the music, we started drinking, and then out of nowhere came these young children. I don't know where they came from. For a rap party at 11 o'clock at night, drinking, loud music, and us dancing wild. Like, I don't know where these kids came from. And then I happened to sit down because I was dancing with one of the assistants. And I sat next to this child, and the child sat next to Beyonce. So I hear B say something about, doesn't this look sexy? Or isn't this sexy? And in my mind, and mind you, I'm not awakened as I'm awakened now. So in my mind, I'm like, what did she just say?
She said, it's sexy, ain't it? Ain't this shit sexy? In here dancing, partying, grown people, kids, they in here dancing shit. This shit sexy. That's what he said. She said, man, and people accusing her of bringing her kids on stage, and it's inappropriate to have them there when they popping coochie and doing all them hoochie mama dances at them Beyonce concerts. She got her kids all up on stage with them grown ass people running around with no clothes on dancing. I always thought that was suspect. Got her child jumping up and down, waving at the crowd with some man with his booty cheeks clapping in the background. I thought that was very suspicious of them Beyonce concerts, and this happening every day on her tour. People talking about their kids bad, and I'm like, damn, let them kids go in the back and play or something. Why they got to be on stage with the grown folks? These women got on lingeries and things. Y'all see that? Got boobies and booties popping all over the place with some kids on the stage. Blue Ivy only, 12 face full of makeup. I don't like it, man. This ain't cool. Mama, look, her mama on stage with some panties on and all that. That ain't right. You can see her public hairs. That ain't a place for a child. And for this man to say what he's, and I ain't trying to call out Beyonce, but it looked like she going broke doing them Levi's commercials and ain't nobody trying to wear them hard ass jeans. Y'all going in on Ali Carter, but what about what this man just said? Kissing all on the kids, doing graduated college and just, but what school she graduate from? Trying to make them kids grown. I just don't understand it, man. But we got a lot we got to get into tonight because I'm trying to figure out where is Ali Carter. People don't want to credit her because she black and everything. You know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't light, bright, and beautiful, you know. Said, why would anyone have kids at a crazy white party? What the fuck? Oh, but if they was black, it'd be all right to be at a black party. Y'all see what I'm talking about? People ain't got no respect for Ali Carter. But I got love for her, man. And that's why her testimony is starting to resonate with me because the stuff they talking about at the Diddy trial is PG-13. They had some old goofball, the Punisher, coming there. He got a book called Freezer Meat, talking about how he got erectile dysfunction. That's comedy. If that ain't comedy, I don't know what the hell is comedy, man. They trying to make jokes and humor out of this. Look, the Punisher, put that nigga up there. The Punisher. I need y'all to see his book. Freezer Meat. Let me get this off the screen for his real genitals pop up on the screen and I get demonetized. Y'all hold on while I get this together because we're going to get back to the Ali Carter stuff. Look, this man wrote a book about having erectile. This how goofy they trying to make the Diddy trial. A male prostitute and couldn't even get, not only was it just Diddy and Cassie at the freak off, no other celebrities are mentioned, no other people was involved, and ain't talking about no kids or no human trafficking. Not only was it Diddy and Cassie with a male escort, the male escort had erectile dysfunction. And to prove it, he wrote a book about the shit. And he wrote about his experiences with Diddy and Cassie in the book. If that's not already planned and orchestrated to make this shit a damn comic book, I don't know what is. How you gonna go to jail for hiring an escort that couldn't penetrate nothing to save his life? While you got real trafficking going on, real victims, real people that turn up missing, real people that's caught in situations that they drugging them out and pimping them out. And they really out there stuck. They probably looking at the screen like, damn, what about the part? What about the part where they took advantage of me? Where is my daughter? Where my cousin at? Where my auntie? These women that go out there get all this work done. And they be looking for a baller. They start hanging in these clubs and going to these parties and they trying to get around these celebrities. Next thing you know, they get involved with people. They start passing them around. Oh, I'm dating a baller. Okay, you dating a baller now. Oh, now his friend. I'm tired. Now I'm dating his friend. Now I'm with his other homeboy. His other homeboy threw a stack. These women don't even realize that they pass arounds and they get thugged down and drugged out. And these men know what the hell going on. They thinking they just having a hot girl summer and they with this one, that one. But all the dudes that they dealing with on the phone laughing and talking about how they trafficking her dumb ass. Like, I'm done with her. I'm gonna bring her to the party. I'm gonna pass her to you. She a dumb bird. I'm gonna leave her alone with you for a couple of hours. We're gonna have a couple of drinks. We're gonna party. Then I'm gonna leave and go in the next room. I'm gonna leave you with her. Then you run that game on her and she yours. And when you done with her, pass it to these women getting trafficked to and don't even know what's happening. They think they just attracting wealthy men or whatever the case is. So when you hear Ali Carter's story, is levels to this, man. Is higher levels and lower levels. And some people on the lower level and don't even know that they on the lower level. Y'all got me talking like Jaguar Right. Hold on, let me take me a drink. Yo, if you feel a certain way about this, just go ahead, call in and let me know. Without further ado, I need y'all to listen to this Nubian queen by the name of Ali Carter because they ain't speaking about her in the trial. And she the main person they need to be talking about because she missing. And I'm concerned and I don't know where she at.
Sex. They need people to fluff them, which are hand jobs and blow jobs. And those are the kids and the people on the party favors desk. And then on top of that, there's this big ass wheel and they make it like a carnival thing and they literally strap you to a wheel and spin it. And then after a certain time, there's sex with animals. And then after a certain time, you have no idea what's happening because you're numb.
They put you on a carousel with real animals. You sitting on a real zebra back. Next thing you know, the zebra start moaning and crying. You look back, Diddy back there banging the zebra. You look behind Diddy, is Jay-Z, he banging the tiger. You got fucking Beyonce motorboating the elephant on the carousel with the kids on. Allegedly, that's what Ali Carter is saying, man. These celebrities nasty like that. You look way in the back. You got Usher getting domed from a giraffe all on the carousel. And she said before she woke up, she blacked out and ain't even know what the hell was happening up in there. That's how serious this is, man. That sounds like some Michael Jackson Neverland shit. You on the roller coaster, that shit go in the air. Next thing you know, the roller coaster go underground. Next thing you know, it's stopping in Michael Jackson bedroom and all that. These kids don't be knowing what they getting into. They on the teacups. Next thing you know, they holding cups of Henny in their hand. They said Michael Jackson, he called the liquor Jesus juice, trying to make it innocent for the kids. If you don't drink the juice, you're not going to heaven and all that. They said one kid drunk a whole gallon of Jesus juice. That nigga got a pot belly to this day and he 50 years old. Hey, man, y'all ain't got to believe Ali Carter, but it made perfect sense to me.
And if you throw up like I did, then your face is going to be rubbed in and you're going to have to eat it. And then people look at that as a sick fetish too. Blood is a fetish. Throw up is a fetish. Shit is a fetish.
You know her breath stink. Now you know her breath stink. If Cassie says she was drinking pee, then her story ain't too far fetched. If you throw up, they gonna rub your nose in and make you eat it. If you doodle, gonna put that shit in a burrito wrap. That's what she said, man. That's how they was doing them back in them days. I don't know if it still go down like that. But in her day, back in her day, she looking like a black Harriet Tubman on the damn screen. Y'all gotta respect your elders, man. Allie Carter did this video like 10 years ago. She probably got gray hairs and all that. Hold on, I need to hear that part again. Hold on.
And if you throw up like I did, then your face is going to be rubbed in and you're going to have to eat it. And then people look at that as a sick fetish too. Blood is a fetish. Throw up is a fetish. Shit is a fetish. So,
I
have DID and I went numb after a while. There's a reason for all of my splits, but I just went numb after a minute. And there's times where I just checked out. You can check out for a few hours while somebody is messing with you. It exists because if you start fighting them back, then you're going to suffocate or it's going to hurt worse. So well, for me personally, I checked out. That's how I'm still sitting here. So, yeah. And that's not the only thing, because after so many hours of dealing with people assaulting you, after so many hours of that, then if you're still okay, then they just make you go to another job like I did. So, yeah. You don't live in the world you think you do.
You know, they say it be hard out here for people. You never know what people be going through. You never know what people been through, what people done experienced in a lifetime. You just couldn't imagine. Just because you was raised up in the projects with them bologna sandwiches with the Lay's potato chips or them Utz chips or whatever the cheapest chips was in your neighborhood at the time. Just because your parents used to shop at Save a Lot. Remember them cookies? They was called Chipper-Doodle Doos. It was like 50 cents for a whole pack. And the crapple juice, the apple juice was called crapple juice and had you on the toilet for a week. Y'all remember? If you was raised up with the Totino's pizzas for $1, and that was your experience, you don't know what it's like to be raised up in Beverly Hills and got money and real food and real Capri Suns packs. Y'all don't know what that's like, so you can't see the other side of the fence if you ain't never been on the other side of the fence. Some people was raised up around crack. Mama smoked crack, granny smoked crack, daddy smoked crack, granddaddy smoked crack, auntie smoked crack. That ain't blue cheese in your salad. It's crack. That ain't romaine lettuce. That's weed sprinkled on the crack. Some people had to eat it for dinner. Depending on where they was raised, man. Some people so damn ghetto, all they know is poke. If it ain't poke, they don't want it. If it ain't pig, they ain't with it. Some people was raised like that and get mad at you for trying to snatch a ham sandwich out their hand. So for people saying that Allie Carter's her testament is not true, just because you wasn't there, don't mean that she wasn't there. The world is a big place. The world is a sick place too. There's some sick people out there. You wouldn't even know it just by looking at them. Some of the nicest people you ever came across is the biggest weirdos if you ever figured out what they hiding behind that smile. Trying to tell y'all, don't let a smile fool you, man. You don't know what you dealing with or who you dealing with out here. She black, she the fucking Nina Simone of celebrity freak off parties. It's a new dawn. It's a new day. It's a new life. Them black butterflies know how she feel, man. Them bumblebees and shit floating in the sky, they know how she feel. She feel good. Well, hopefully she might be dead. And that's what we trying to figure out with this video, because I'll show y'all some BS. Y'all talking about Ali Carter full of BS. This is full of BS, right? This whole Diddy trial where Kid Cudi come up in there smoking cigarettes with some hoochie daddy pants on. He looked like he old as hell. I wonder what he would look like if he went to jail and they ain't able to put that Beijing and give him a Chris hairline and all that. He'll probably look like Morgan Freeman in the jail. Y'all want to hear there's some bullshit. Kid Cudi thought Combs lied in the meeting about firing his damage to get another car, nigga. You rich. And wasn't even nothing wrong with his car. Man, it had a hole in the top like the sun burnt through it. His Porsche was like 1955. It didn't even start. He trying to get an insurance claim off of Diddy. Kid Cudi testifies Ventura was really shook after Combs discovered their relationship. Who gives a fuck? She was cheating on him. I find out if I'm dealing with a chick and she cheating on me, she need to be shook too. That's for anybody out there. Who gives a damn? They got pictures of his burnt up whip in the courtroom. Like Diddy can't pay for that. They should have took this shit to Judge Judy to keep it real with y'all. She would have told Diddy, shut up, and made him pay for the goddamn Porsche. Judge Judy would have cussed Cassie the fuck out, man. He would have said, you dirty little bitch. Judy would have lost her job if they would have had her up there with Cassie. Look at the painting of the car, man. The hood, somebody burnt the hole in the roof. They talking about somebody blew up the car, man. Get this bullshit out of here. But people don't want to believe what Ali Carter was talking about. Y'all gonna learn today. Ali Carter and Diddy, the shocking allegations that had you over there shaking, man. All you women, you ain't learned how to twerk. You ain't think you had it in you. You ain't nasty enough. This video gonna have that booty meat shaking because it's shocking. What Ali Carter said about Diddy, I don't think you ever heard nothing like it. Let me zoom in on this real quick so y'all can get a good sneak peek at this. The story of Ali Carter and Diddy has captured public attention as part of the ongoing legal turmoil surrounding Sean Diddy Combs. Ali Carter, an outspoken individual, has brought forth serious claims that add yet another layer of controversy to the music mogul's already complicated legal narrative. But they ain't talking about this in them courtrooms. Y'all see what I'm saying here? This put a whole nother layer on it. They talking about putting this man in jail for life. Just mentioning these things in court can get the jury to investigating that, hey, this is a lot more serious than Ventura. Cassie Ventura is not the only victim we should be speaking about. What about the countless girls out there that get enticed by celebrities? What about the countless women that go missing? Could it have something to do with these celebrities and their get-togethers and their balls, their Met galas, their after parties? Where are all these beautiful women that go missing every day? They don't want to talk about that. Carter's accusations involve harrowing details of exploitation, bringing to light the alleged darker side of the entertainment industry. That's what people don't want to talk about that shit. In recent interviews and statements, Ali Carter has accused Diddy of being involved in exploitive activities, claiming that these incidents took place during elite parties involving powerful figures from the entertainment industry. Carter has described these parties as places where abuse occurred under the guise of extravagant celebrations. You know, the Diddy trial was supposed to be the industry trial. Remember that? Everybody was excited. Everybody was thinking everybody gonna go down. Jay-Z, Beyonce, all of them, they all gonna go down. If Diddy go down, he ain't going down by himself. They changed it. It's all about Cassie. If they made it about anything other than Cassie, then they gonna have to bring in some other people. They saying Cassie is the most crediblest person he ever been with because they was together for so long. They have a history spanning 10 years. He been in the entertainment business longer than that. And I doubt if this the first time he ever got violent. They showed a picture of Kim Porter in the courtroom. They got to arguing and fighting because they ain't want to talk about Kim Porter. They didn't even want to mention her name in the damn courtroom. They got pissed off that somebody even said something about Kim Porter in the courtroom. That's how deep this is, man. They ain't trying to go nowhere else. If it ain't about Cassie, they ain't getting sassy. If Kid Cudi got something to do with Cassie, then that's just what they want to talk about. If it got anything to do with anybody else, they don't want to hear that shit because they don't want to put them black faces on the front page of the newspapers that be selling like hotcakes. They don't want to put them black faces on them thumbnails that be on them YouTube videos. They don't want to make Ali Carter the face of discrimination in Trump's America. And that's why they want to talk about Cassie. Y'all following me? Yo, let me get some feedback real quick because if y'all not following me, them phones ain't ringing, so I must be saying something that y'all not following. But that's all good because I'm about to get out of here in a minute. I just want to let y'all know that Ali Carter needs justice, and I ain't leaving until she gets some justice. And she about to get some justice in a minute because I'm about to drop a bomb on y'all. Then I don't even think y'all ready for it. A hypothetical bomb. Don't be taking stuff literally and be all scared and all that because I said something about a bomb. I mean, a bomb like passing gas in your face, that type of bomb. What part? Where I left off at? Yeah. Carter has described these parties as places where abuse occurred under the guise of extravagant celebrations. She said, I was there. I witnessed it all. It wasn't just parties. It was something much more sinister. Carter said during a recent public statement, these accusations from Ali Carter come at a time when Diddy is already facing numerous lawsuits involving allegations of sexual assault and human trafficking, some dating back 2 decades. Whatever happened to that? They not mentioning that in the court. They act like they ain't got no evidence of that. Cassie Ventura's statements and her testimony put a stop to all of that. It was impossible for those things to occur because of the information and data that they received from Cassie Ventura is stating that not only was it consensual, but there was actually nothing criminal about it besides the physical abuse of one person. So it's a personal dispute. It has nothing to do with a ring, and he's not a ringleader or anything of that nature. So while they still dragging this on and dragging it along, they have nobody credible to come forward to prove anything. And besides, the beloved Ali Carter has gone missing and nobody knows where she is. Carter's accusations focus on incidents she claimed occurred years ago where she was allegedly trafficked as a minor. She has stated that she feels compelled to speak out, even at great personal risk, to expose what she calls the hidden truths about the entertainment world. Her courage has inspired others to question the safety and ethical practices within the music industry, sparking renewed conversations about how these spaces are often cloaked in secrecy. If you with it and you want to go, and you just got to be around the celebrities. You just want to feel them. You see them on the TV. You heard them on the radio. You just got to get around them. You just need it. I know something firsthand. Celebrities are weirdos. Anybody tell you that, especially a person that knows. It gets weirder and weirder and weirder, but people don't understand how deep the rabbit hole goes. And if you want to find out, you can find out, but the rabbit hole goes deep. And the crazy part about celebrities, especially black celebrities, they're all related to a certain extent. You can't even become a celebrity unless you in that group or you in that club or you was born into it or related to it some way or another. And if not, you're gonna have to be a slave before you can be a king. And since it ain't no cotton fields in Hollywood, you're gonna have to be a sex slave in order to work your way through the ranks on some Farnsworth Bentley shit. These allegations have added to the existing legal troubles for Diddy, who is currently battling multiple lawsuits accusing him of involvement in sex trafficking and other illegal activities. His legal team, however, has consistently denied all allegations, labeling them as baseless and part of a broader smear campaign, while Ali Carter and Diddy are now at the center of a media firestorm. It's important to note that these allegations have not yet been legally proven, and now is the opportunity where they can legally prove some of this shit. Now is the opportunity where they could pull up the receipts and make it make sense. But that's the last thing they want to do because they know that in a broad situation like this, Diddy can't be the only person held accountable. There's no way, there's no how you can single him out from the pack. And besides, if these allegations about Diddy is true, that means that Cassie was his right hand during the whole time all of these sick events was taking place. That would mean that Cassie will be liable to go down with Diddy for being his accomplice for years of this sick activity. But she'd rather take the brunt of the abuse, of the brunt of the scandal, while admitting that she paid the men, she ordered the men, she orchestrated the freak off, she was the head bitch in charge. Now, hypothetically speaking, let's say that these freak off events was just like they said it was before the trial started. Let's say that these freak offs was elaborate events just like Ali Carter said they were orchestrated. That would mean that Cassie wasn't just arranging parties for her, Diddy, and the male escort, but her job, like she said, was arranging elaborate parties with multiple people. She was the party planner for Diddy. That was her job. She orchestrated the freak off. She was the madam of the night. So whatever madness, weirdness he had going on, all of the participants, rather it be young or old, Cassie was the one putting it together for Diddy. That's why she never had to release another album and stayed on the payroll. That's why it didn't matter what type of work she was putting forward as far as entertainment go, because her work was for the underworld, the nightlife that not only Diddy, but she indulged in as well. Why would they want to prove that? Why would she want to prove that in court? They pay her $20 million to change the narrative. You figure if they gave her that money, she wouldn't have to come to court. They paid her off not to speak, but they paid her to speak, but in a way that will change the narrative. Diddy is taking a hit. He's taking a blow, but he's taking a hit and the blow for the entire entertainment industry. He's taking a hit and a blow for all of the people that attended these real type freak offs. He's taking a hit and a blow for the billionaires that stepped foot on his property that could be going down with him if those real tapes and the real evidence really ever came out to the public. And they can't afford to have that. It's a smear campaign. Where is Ali Carter? I don't know. But I'm sure worried about her because that's my sister. And I ain't going to stop until I figure it out, man. I've been around the world and yeah. I can't find my Ali. I don't know when. I don't know why. Why she's gone away. I don't know where she can be. My Ali. But I'm going to find her. I said, I've been around the world looking for my alley. Been around the world. But that's Negro here nor there. Ali Carter's allegations also come in the wake of similar accusations from other women Further amplifying the gravity of the situation, in November 2023, a former girlfriend of Diddy, Cassandra Ventura, filed a sexual abuse lawsuit against him, which was settled privately within 24 hours of filing. Since then, over 100 new allegations have surfaced, and that was all a buffer. That was a cushion. First come, first served. He assigned her to file that lawsuit. So they could, all that other shit that they was coming to trial, all them other people, y'all gotta wait in line. Cassie, the first one in line. And he gladly, they settled this thing privately within 24 hours. What was the debate? What was the conversation? Was it pre-planned? That's like putting up a shield before the arrows hit your ass. And that's exactly what he did. Cassie is his shield, his armor against all of the other people that got testimony, all them other people that was really at them damn parties. They say Cassie is the star witness. Come to find out she the only fucking witness. When they started the trial, they said it was Cassie and 3 other Jane Does and John Does. And ain't nobody seen them or heard about them since. Yeah, suggesting a wider pattern of misconduct. And this growing tide of accusations, Carter's testimony has been particularly alarming due to her detailed descriptions of the alleged abuse she faced. While Diddy's legal team continues to fight these charges, Carter has made it clear that she's not backing down. She believes that more victims are out there and hopes that her public stance will encourage others to come forward. In an emotional social media post, she stated, "I know what I saw and I know what I went through. This is about holding people accountable, no matter how powerful they are." That ain't gonna happen. Not when they got money. That ain't gonna happen. Now, when they got families and reputations, they don't give a damn who you are. The narrative gonna go the way they want it to go. If Diddy gotta be the fall guy, then shit, let him be the fall guy. He was sworn into it anyway. It's a call of motherfucking duty, and he doing it like a champion. He understand what it is? It's about the public perception. They ain't worried about the court of law. They worried about the court of public opinion. And the court of public opinion is, it was consensual between Diddy and Cassie. It's funny to me how people forgot all of the outlandish stories that have been told over this time about all of the victimhood and the people out, the voiceless people that's finally about to get a voice. It's like everybody forgot about that. That's in the past. I seen an interview with Gene Deal not that long ago, and he Cassied up while sitting there with a Masonic shirt on, Masonic ring, Alpha Phi Alpha Kappa Kappa, I'm my brother's keeper. I wouldn't be surprised if Diddy put Gene Deal out there to work the chitlin circuit, to stir up this news in order to flip the narrative when shit get hot. There's levels to this, man. But one thing for sure, the real whistleblowers, they ain't nowhere to be found. I'm going to take a little bit of time because I got love for Jaguar Wright. She called my show before. I'll never forget it. I had a great conversation with Jaguar Wright, and I found her very entertaining. I need to see what's going on with her, because they said that they trying to shut her down. So I'm gonna take a look at what's been happening, because it's important to know this type of stuff. Jaguar Wright goes to Diddy trial, weighs in on freak-offs, Cassie testimony on Tory's lanes. Cat Williams react, okay, you got AI videos and shit. The beginning and the end. She said White Jesus and Terrence Howard Diddy. What the fuck going on with Jag? They AI'd her ass. 2 minutes, they got AI on Jag. Oh no, they put her in the artificial intelligence. They took all the credibility out of it. Look, they AI Jag. They put Diddy and Barack Obama on Jag. They put Jag in the courtroom and said, y'all need to see this on there. They taking my slogans with the shit. They call her a sick witch. They got Jaguar in court with Jada Pinkett on some Scientology shit. They got they AI her with Cat Williams. They got Jaguar right with Morgan Freeman and Nipsey Hussle in the videos. Damn, man, that's fucked up when they do people like that. Now her ass a robot. And you can't take nothing she say seriously no more. They don't body her to death. Oh, that's a horrible position to be in, man. But once they bot your ass, they making money. Is money coming that ain't never gonna land in your pocket. But that's Negro hitting no there. Okay, we ain't getting no phone calls. I was gonna share this video with Ali Carter and everything, but since we ain't getting no calls, I don't even know if we got people taking this seriously or whatever. So I'm gonna just go ahead and round this thing up real quick. All right, let me yo, Reg, put that tape back in the bag because we ain't gonna be needing that. And matter of fact, let me get these papers out the way. Maybe the next time I go live, we'll get some calls and we'll be able to expose some more of this stuff. But in the meantime, I want to elaborate on the Diddy trial for a little bit before take them cassette tapes and put them in the trunk because we ain't gonna need them tonight. Yeah, you need some help with that?
No, I'm good.
Yeah, just take care of that, bro. All right, y'all still there? Okay, here we go. We're gonna get into this before we get out here. Check this out, y'all.
34 years old, and he used to be the executive assistant for Sean Combs. And he finished his testimony today and said that he saw Sean Combs being violent on one incident on a private plane with other executive members. They were headed to Las Vegas, and he said he heard glass break, and he turned around, and he described seeing Sean Combs over Cassie Ventura with a whiskey glass in his hand. So in that particular instance, he didn't talk specifically about seeing any physical abuse being done, but he also said that Cassie yelled out, "Isn't anybody seeing this?" And then the prosecutor said, "Why didn't you do something?" And he said, "I was 23 years old. I thought I had this great fortune of working with an icon." And he didn't feel like it was his place to step in. He also said no one on that plane stepped in. But he could not give details specifically about any bruises or things that he saw in that particular instance. But then he described seeing Cassie Ventura with her, I believe he described her hand sort of in her head, on her head. He also described another instance where he went to the home of...
Out of all the black people Diddy had working for him, this who they decided to get on the stance to talk about what happened to Mrs. Ventura. They hand selected him and they forced him to come in. They looked through his books. They seen who he was employing. All them dudes from Harlem up in there. All them sisters he had on the payroll. Been there since the beginning of Bad Boy that done seen some shit. If they would have let a sister go up there and give her account, Your Honor, he bashed Kim Porter head in the wall so hard I heard it crack, Your Honor. Cassie ain't shit. Cassie was light work. You should have seen what he did to Kim Porter, Your Honor. He beat her ass. I remember he chased Kim Porter around the car and she almost got hit by a bus, Your Honor. That's really, who gives up? We never cared about Cassie knew what she was doing, Your Honor. She was a hot piece of ass. I tell you that. Everybody tore that ass up. Where's my girl Kim Porter, Your Honor? Order in the court. Order in the court. They would have hog-tied her ass and dragged her out the courtroom. Any of them black employees. Like, Black Rob was healthy until he went to the Diddy party and nigga made them lamb chops. I don't know what that green sauce was, but my nigga started choking. Ever since my nigga ate them lamb chops, Your Honor. Well, we really need to be talking about Black Rob. All them people from Hall, put Gene Dill on the stand. But I seen Diddy beat up Misa and Kim Porter at the same time, Your Honor. He had us build a wrestling ring in his backyard. He told them to get in the ring. We sitting there laughing, thinking they about to, play around. Diddy DDT them bitches right there in the middle of the ring, Your Honor. Like, order in the court. But they bring this motherfucker up there. They sat him down like he's royalty to talk about what he experienced. He a victim just for working for Diddy. Like, yes, I was employed by a black guy. It's my greatest secret. I never told my family or friends, but yes, I had Sean Combs had me on the payroll. He paid me handsomely, and I hated every dollar. I wish it wasn't him. Your Honor, I felt like I was working for the Prince of Zamunda the whole time I worked for Bad Boy Records. One time I was with dinner with my wife, and Mr. Combs walked in, and he explained to my wife that he was my boss. And let's just say, a month later, we got a divorce. He a victim for working for Diddy, man.
Combs, and Combs called him up on the intercom for something, and he said Cassie Ventura was on the bed and it looked like she had a bruise on her forehead. He said, I saw her for all of 3 seconds, and then was asked by Combs to go get some lotion and some witch hazel, which he believed must have been for Ventura. And then he said there was a third incident that was kind of the final straw for him as to why he decided to step down.
He said Diddy told him to go get some black remedies for Ventura. Said, yo, Playboy, go to the store, get some Pepto-Bismol, get some witch hazel, bring back 2 bottles of ginger ale because Cassie not feeling well, man. And get a lemon. Yo, don't forget to get a lemon. He was not taking her to the hospital. He had hoodoo remedies for Cassie every time he did her bad, man. What's going? Yo, he black to the bone. Like, yo, Playboy, you gonna eat that? Matter of fact, don't drink that juice. I need that collard green water because Cassie got a knot on the head, man. Yo, hold on, don't sip that Playboy, man. Yo, get you some more macaroni and cheese, but leave them greens right there because I'm gonna have to soak them overnight and put it on Cassie's forehead, man.
As an executive assistant to Combs. And this is when he talked about another girlfriend, Gina, who's been brought up in testimony before.
Artificial intelligence is reshaping the way we work and creating new skills gaps
Get that
overnight.
out of here. Get that out of here.
And Kaplan says that he saw Combs throwing a green apple at her, green apples, but wasn't sure if they were real apples or if they were decorative. But again, showing sort of the violent behavior and nature that
they paying Diddy out to be a monkey in the courtroom. He throwing apples at He witnessed Diddy out the cage. Like he was off the chain, Your Honor. He said he saw that man throwing apples at the girl. He a orangutan, he loose. Why he talking about that man in court like that? He remembered that. He remembered that vividly. Your Honor, I witnessed Mr. Combs throw fruit and bananas at his victims. He said he was scared to do something because Diddy probably would have snapped his fucking arm off. Like, you work for that goddamn gorilla for how long? Like, cut him a check. They probably gonna give him 20 mil just for working for Diddy.
But again, showing sort of the violent before. And Kaplan says that he saw Combs throwing a green apple at her, green apples, but wasn't sure if they were real apples or if they were decorative. But again, showing sort of the violent behavior and nature that the prosecution is trying to prove and has been pointing to all along throughout this trial. So I think what was interesting for jurors to hear, though, is for him to talk about sort of this violence that he saw and this rage that he describes Combs having. He said that Combs grew him, as a man, and that he appreciated everything that Combs did for him in terms of inspiring him. He said something to the effect of, I didn't know I could go to these depths if it weren't for Combs in terms of my work ethic and how important it was to sort of be on point and be about your business. So he really also sort of toward the end on cross-examination talked about the amount of respect and love that he has for Sean Combs even to this day. So it's kind of interesting because he also mentioned that his father was suffering from prostate cancer as the reason he told Sean Combs that he was leaving. But at 34 years old, and then being able to reflect and say I was 23, he really, I felt like for the jurors when I was watching their reaction to him, many times he basically said, like, I have a lot of respect for Sean Combs. And I don't know that he had to say that in court or what he gets out of saying that now. So I thought that was very interesting that he did so much of the sort of other side to what we've been hearing about in court.
Shit, Diddy gave him that look. He was staring at him like, boy, I know what you did at the party. That's why he was so damn. Diddy watched him when he got his freak on. Diddy watched him get top. Diddy seen him when he was out. He was on them drugs and wildness. You better have respect for that man. Because he wanted to flip the script. He could turn it, he could Nino Brown your ass. Like, Your Honor, he was the organizer of a GMB. It wasn't me, it was the white man with the curly hair, Your Honor. Yeah, I was simply a worker up there. You know, they don't never want a black man to have shit. He was the leader of GMB. He could have Nino Brown, Christopher Williams his ass.
Scott Muscady, aka Kid Cudi, he corroborated some of what we heard from Cassie Ventura. And he started off by talking about in 2011 getting a frantic phone call from Cassie Ventura saying, "You got to come. I'm really concerned. I'm scared. I'm nervous," because she said that Combs found out about their relationship. So in the process of making sure she's safe, he winds up putting her up in a hotel in Los Angeles. And then he said he called Combs and said some choice words to him about wanting to meet up with him. He said that he believed that Combs was at his home and that they were going to have a sort of, real conversation. But he got to his home and he described seeing gifts that were
Y'all know when people had them strings and the cat be just chasing the string, and that cat will chase that damn string all around the room. The cat just don't get tired. That's what they doing with this Diddy trial, man. That they stringing this shit along, and we just chasing the string, trying to see where it's going to end, but they just teasing us. But at the same time, they erasing a whole lot of stuff, man. They erasing a whole industry, a whole underground black. They're not exposing the dark side of the industry. They're exposing things about Diddy's relationship with Cassie that we knew for like 10 years ago, man. We already knew they had a fucked up relationship. We already know that he was beating her ass. They been had pictures of Cassie with black eyes on the internet. They made videos. People have been making videos about this stuff for years before he even was found guilty of anything. People been talking about Diddy being a weirdo since the 90s. Everybody know he was crooked since Tupac and Biggie. We know that he did Shine wrong. They ain't talking about that. People's like, damn, Shine about to do 10 years for Diddy, and Diddy the one that was in the club with the damn gun. But he got off. So what they talking? Man, this ain't news. Somebody said making the band. Yeah, he did the band bad. We seen how he get down. So they telling they got all this old shit and they telling us like it's new, but they not trying to talk about what's really happening in the entertainment business, because it's a lot of girls out there missing. It's a lot of women. They get suckered into watching these rap videos, and they see the video vixens and they like, hey, I got a body. I could attract one of these dudes. I could get one of these ballers. And they come around. They want to be where them rappers at. Look, at them concerts, them rappers have an entourage member go out there and say, hey, get this girl, that girl, recruit them. They point at the girls. They bring them backstage or whatever. Man, they treat them girls like toilet paper. And some of them girls never make it back home. You'll never see them again. They go to a concert and never come back. Or, oh, I'm on the road with so-and-so. We doing show. They take them girls on the road, do them dirty, drop their ass off somewhere. You don't know. These rappers, they be traveling overseas. They have an entourage of girls. They go over to Russia to do a show. They come back without the girl. And people don't care. Like, oh, she living her best life. Oh, she a bougie now. Oh, she messing with young DC Fly. She messing with them ball. I ain't heard from her in years. Oh, she got her balling now. I don't know where she at. That bitch. The last time I seen her, she was on Instagram stunting. And her ass somewhere with Allie Carter in the basement somewhere eating dookie sandwiches. We don't know what be happening with these girls, man. And they talking about Diddy and Cassie and Cassie getting a knot upside her head. What else is new?
Wrapped, and that his dog was locked away in the bathroom, and that normally he wouldn't have done that with his dog. So he believed that someone had broken into his house, and he testified that he believed that person was Sean Combs, although there were cameras that he said were turned a different way that normally wouldn't have been turned. So whoever did break in was intentional. Again, his testimony about changing things that may have concealed the identity.
Kid Cudi said Diddy broke into his house, flipped the cameras to the side, took his dog, put the dog in the bathroom, and opened up the birthday presents and left. Diddy went sniffing around in Kid Cudi's house looking for Cassie's panties. And he ain't got it on video, but he swore up and down that it happened. Did he make up that bullshit on his way to the court when he was smoking cigarettes? He probably was thinking, what I'm going to tell these people, man? I know they want something exciting. Something. He ain't had nothing. All he know is that he's zesty and him and Diddy freaked off Cassie, man. I guarantee you that him and Diddy freaked Cassie off and they trying to keep it on. That's the only way they could explain a little situation they had going on. They trying to, this how they going to cover up their little zesty thing. Because Kid Cudi wear dresses. And Diddy liked that. And the only Cassie set it up. She set up the Punisher. What make you think she won't set it up for Diddy and Kid Cudi? And when shit got too hot and people get to talking and stuff, it's he was sleeping well. They was all banging Cassie. Cause why after this situation, her and Diddy kept on dealing with each other. Cudi came in and got a taste. They probably baby oil him too. Where Ray J? Why they ain't talking about Ray J in the damn trial? He was in a hot tub full of baby oil. That boy got out looking like some fried bacon. Why they ain't talking about that? What about Tyrese? Yeah, his black ass at them Diddy parties. You got Jamie. Why they ain't talking about Jamie Foxx and them sex tapes? When Jamie Foxx all on the pool table with his shirt off with them cowboy boots on. What about, why they ain't talking about Meek Mill and how they got them on tape, moaning and groaning and hurting each other, going to partying with matching clothes on and shit? What about French Montana? He got him a BBL before Drizzy and bought him a 6-pack and got him a chest plate. What about Rick when he would tongue kiss Rick Ross in the club and sucked his goddamn tig old bitties? Why they not talk? See, they sweeping all that under the rug with Cassie. I'm sick of it, man. Yo, we need to figure out where is Allie Carter. Because ain't nobody seen her. And she the only one that been keeping it. Y'all think that she was telling stories. It sounds too crazy to be true. But the truth of the matter is, man, Cassie been, not Cat, look, I don't even know who's who. Allie Carter been keeping it real for a long time. Y'all need to listen at this.
And there are videos, and there is, I'm sure there's so much of this, and everybody is seeing slowly it come out, but nobody's talking about the kids. I don't want to open my phone and realize that somebody posted a video of me as a child, and there was times where because I was on so much ecstasy and so much drugs that I was laughing because I wanted people to think that I was okay, so they didn't kill me. So there are things that would come out that people would assume like, oh, everything is fine. They're fine.
Yo, if it's somebody in the entertainment business that want me to shut up and never talk about this again, write me a check, man. Matter of fact, hit the Cash App, man. $ Sean Blaze. $ Sean Blaze Docs. Y'all never see Allie Carter face ever again, man. If y'all scared and I'm doing too much exposing and waking up the masses, I don't, man, to let them sheeples be sheeples. I love lamb meat. but I can't afford it unless you hit the Cash App. If y'all don't want me doing no more Ali Carter videos, y'all want me to shut this down, talking about the secret industry parties, man, hit the Cash App. I swear I'll make a Nickelodeon video. I'll do a Nick Cannon video the next time I go live, man. Y'all ain't got to even work, but y'all gonna have to hit that Cash App first. But until then, let's get back to Ali Carter.
Fine. No, I was 15, 16. I was a kid, and there were kids younger than me, and there are still kids younger than me, and CPS supplies a lot of these children. Let's just not be around the bush about this. CPS supplies a lot.
Hold on, wait a minute. No, Ali, whoa, hold on. Wait. She said CPS. Yo, that bring me back to this shit. Look, y'all need to see this, man. Yo, stay tuned, because I got a nugget for y'all. Oh, my God, man. Now it's all starting to make sense. Oh, man. Yo, remember Tiffany Haddish had that concert? She had a concert called She Ready, and she got an organization that she was working with Oprah Winfrey called She Ready, the She Ready Foundation. Y'all see that? And it got the luggage, like She Ready. They shipping them girls out, them orphans and shit, the foster care. They'll send you a chick. She got a whole organization. If it's some homeless girl out there and they ain't got nowhere to live, they'll She Ready your ass and send you shit, wherever they, to a celebrity or whatever the case is, man. They shipping. Look, she got the luggage. She put the bitches on the plane. May is foster care and awareness month. So she all about trafficking them kids. She got in trouble for doing a video with the nigga Ari Spears, and they was doing that weird shit with them kids. Look at this, yo. So this shit real. Hold on, Tiffany. Hold on, no. Tiffany Haddish. Aries Spears video. Y'all think Ali Carter bullshitting, but yo, we seen it firsthand. Look. Tiffany Haddish and Aries Spears are accused of child abuse in the law. They got sued for that. And her ass got a foster care. The lawsuit contends Haddish and Spears took advantage and stole the youth of a 7-year-old and a 14-year-old. In the lawsuit, y'all seeing this? Let me make sure y'all can see that. The lawsuit highlights 2 separate incidents of alleged sexual abuse, alleging that both took place in Los Angeles. Jane Doe accuses the entertainers of pressuring her to mimic fellatio in the video in 2013. The lawsuit also contends John Doe was coerced to appear to sexually suggestive video in his underwear in the damn video. The video through a pedo's eyes has found its way to the comedy video website Funny or Die and all of this shit. And Tiffany Haddish got access to them kids through the damn She Ready program. Tiffany Haddish takes the wheel for She's Ready. And after the lawsuit, she came out and did an anniversary for all of this BS. So yeah, that's how they make a living, man. Well, that's how she make her living for damn sure. She got that luggage ready to say, you ain't got no mama, you ain't got no daddy. Okay, we're gonna ship your ass somewhere, and they gonna take care of you. You gonna provide resources for youth impacted by foster care. So when Ali Carter said what she said, man, this is the first thing that popped up in my mind. Hold on, look. And y'all know that Oprah accused her with them kids and Africa and all that shit. They said Oprah is joining the Ready Foundation with Tiffany Haddish. She said, y'all see this? She said the Oprah Winfrey Foundation is joining forces with the She Ready Foundation to raise awareness and money to help foster youth. For every dollar you give, Oprah will match up $75,000. And Tiffany Haddish, that's me, is doing the same. With the funds, we will love up on. She said, "What? We will love up on foster care children with our educational and emotional support programs, including one-on-one small." She said they're gonna love up on them kids. Am I reading this right or no, man? They said for every dollar you give, they gonna match you $75,000 for them damn kids. And Tiffany Haddish, that's me, is doing the same with the funds. We will love up on foster children with our educational and emotional support programs, including one-on-one, small group tutoring, and case management for 25 high schoolers, 5 days a week. Whew. If that ain't some weirdo shit, I don't know what the hell is, man. They done teamed up for them damn kids. She ready. It seems like she's ready. Girl, are you ready? Tiffany Haddish like, yeah, she ready, baby. Send me that money, I'll ship the bitch. Sickening, man. Hold on, y'all need to pay respect to Allie Carter because she said that the CPS be doing the shit too. Look.
Would assume like, oh, everything is fine, they're fine. No, I was 15, 16. I was a kid, and there were kids younger than me, and there are still kids younger than me, and CPS supplies a lot of these children. Let's just not be around the bush about this. CPS supplies a lot of these kids because they don't look for them. They don't care. You're runaways. You're AWOLs. No one gives a shit. So I'm happy we're on this subject, and I hope that we continue because I'm still trying. I'm still here. I still give a shit, even though I kind of checked out for a little bit and it looked like I did it. And yeah, as a dance choreographer that was being fake and acting like, and it doesn't bother me. It does. It's been. It always does. I can't sleep. I can't sleep. So, yeah.
Your Honor, it was Diddy and Cassie and with a male escort. That's what a freak off is, Your Honor. I swear up and down. It says right. Cassie testified. There was nothing more, nothing less. Yes, there was baby oil, like everyone said. And, he would want them to rub baby oil on each other while he watched from afar, Your Honor. It was, he has a freaky fetish. Yes, he's a baby oil fan. But I promise you, the oil was for him, Cassie Ventura, and the male escorts that they ordered in order to indulge in these freak off parties that only 3 people were involved, Your Honor. There was no celebrities there, no LeBron James, there was no Harvey Weinstein, there's none of the Your Honor. It was simply Cassie Ventura and Sean Diddy Combs and a male escort by the name of the Punisher, Your Honor. He actually wrote a book about erectile dysfunction, so there wasn't even any hardcore sex going on there. It's simply baby oil rubbing, Your Honor. And yeah, he did abuse Cassie from time to time, but that was consensual as well. We have accounts of Cassie Ventura throwing the first punch. There was a time where they were in Jamaica and he knocked her down. And there's another time where he put a knot on her head. And her mother had to put a lien on her house for $20,000 to buy a sex tape of Cassie Ventura. But don't worry, Your Honor, Diddy put the money right back in her account. It was back in her account the next day. And the accounts of Kid Cudi. Yeah, there were stories that Sean Combs blew up Kid Cudi's car, but Your Honor, you see, the car is still mobile, it's still drivable, it's just a little dent on the side, and there's a hole in the roof of the convertible. But besides that, there's no proof that Sean Carter did it because it was the Mazel Tov. The fingerprints came from a female of Mr. Cudi. Bullshit, man. Cudi came to court and said, he did something to my dog, man. I never left Scruffy in the bathroom alone. I came home, the cameras, nothing was damaged but my fucking dog, man. He put him in the bathroom. I knew Diddy did it. If Diddy didn't do it, I don't know who did it. Somebody did it. Otherwise, my fucking dog, my dog. Like, oh my gosh, did you hear that Diddy allegedly put Kid Cudi's dog in the bathroom? Oh, that asshole. How could he do that to that poor dog? Oh, he did that to my dog. I'll be his ass. While nobody knows where Allie Carter is. Yo, I'm done with it, man. It is what it is, yo. Like I told y'all, it gets creepier and creepier. And that's the reason why Allie Carter is going missing. Because they don't want people talking about the stuff she was talking about. That's Negro here, no there. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section. Because I don't see somebody peeking in my motherfucking window. Yo, Reggie, get the strap, man. Get the strap. Oh, shit, what the fuck is that? I don't know what the hell that is, man. Yo, we got to get out of here, man. Is that Allie Carter? God, oh, that's... Yo, check the buck teeth, man. Is that Allie Carter out there? Oh, shit, I think she...